This is part 3 of what if Izuku had solo leveling. If you haven't seen the previous parts, click right here. So sit back, relax, and I hope you will enjoy this video. So last time All For One set a group of goons to attack Izuku to test him, and that led Izuku to have a private talk with the girls. So let's continue. Currently Izuku is sitting with the girls, of course after they thank him, but Izuku brushed them off. Don't worry about it, but I have to talk with you. Last time we talked, I used a bit of my quirk on you, so I apologize for that. Evelyn shook her head. I pushed you to that point. I should have not said that. Actually, I should be apologizing for how I cheated you so far. This surprised the 4 girls, and Izuku got suspicious. You're doubting me? After catching his look, Izuku denied it. It's not that. But you had the right to be suspicious of me. The first one is a maybe. The second one is really suspicious that I just show up in your home, just like that. So you had every right to be suspicious of me. I don't take this the wrong way, but you didn't seem like the type to just apologize out of the blue, or change your mind just like that. Something must happen to do that. So that means you were following me that day. Evelyn sighed and nodded. The cat is out of the bag. After your first meeting with Star and Stripe, I was able to follow you for a bit. I thought that you were working with my parents, because something similar happened not too long ago. And after the 3 of you met, I thought I got you. But then Izuku cut her off. But after you heard our little conversation and my actions, you figured it's not the case. She nodded. They put up a good act. Even I almost fell for it. But you didn't. Izuku nodded. I had my gut feeling, but after they said that you don't like family, and you treat everyone like you treated me, I realized that you were lying, because the hurt and concern in your eyes when Akeli got hurt was real. You're a bit different than the others, you know that? Izuku chuckled. He got that quite a lot recently. Anyway, I should let you guys rest. I should leave and prepare to go back home. And for what's worth, thank you for inviting me. It's been quite a long time since last time I had a vacation. Izuku was going to leave, but Akeli stopped him. She's hesitating and blushing, and even though he never been in a relationship before, Izuku is not as dumb as Canon. He had quite a long time to grow up. He looked at her stuttering a bit, he sighed and he chuckled. You know, I still have 1 day before I have to go back, and I have not explored as much as I wanted. So care to be my guide for a bit? Akeli nodded, they exchanged numbers, and Izuku left. And her band, or friends, have this smirk on their faces. So the next day 2 of them met, they went on their date, but at the end Izuku had to leave. He need to catch his flight early tomorrow, but he have one last conversation with her. Are you sure about this, Akeli? She gave him a questioning look. He chuckled. We're not teenagers anymore. This can be considered a date, is it not? Akeli blushed and nodded. So you sure about this? You don't know me? Sure, I saved you, but that's pretty much it. And I'm from another country, and to be blunt, I have never been in a relationship before. She gave him a questioning look. Really? Izuku nodded sheepishly. I have been focusing on training too much and I forgot my personal life. And I never met someone that interests me. Until now. Akeli blushed, but she's adamant on making it work. Although the distance will be a bit of a trouble. Izuku hearing this, smiled. I can fix that. And he summoned 2 of his shadows. My ability is not teleportation, but it let me switch places with my shadows. So as long as you have one with you, I'll be right there in an instant. She perked up hearing this and agreed. The 2 soldiers got into her shadow and disappeared. Whoa, this is neat. Izuku nodded. I have to leave, so take care my little ninja. He left, leaving a blushing Akeli. So time flew by. Izuku went on a few dates with Akeli. Of course he need to wear a disguise most of the time, and he also got to know the other girls and their unique personalities. But the second person he got close to was Kaisa. The 2 did acknowledge that they seem familiar to each other, but they cannot point out where or when they met. But he saw that sometimes she's acting weird, like she's in pain. He tried to ask Akeli about it, but she dodged the question, so Izuku did not push any further. So time flew by, they got close. The girls even commented for someone that's trying to be a hero. He's breaking quite a lot of laws being in a relationship with Akeli, from using his quirk without a license, to traveling to another country without permission. Evelyn taught him a bit. Izuku smirked right back, and nothing will happen as long as no one said anything. And if push comes to shove, I can easily disappear. Disappear? She asked him. Izuku grinned and he went invisible. For a second then he reappeared. You're not the only one that can go invis. Oh right, I almost forgot. Mr. Dark Overlord. Izuku sighed. You still with that nickname? Well, it's fitting. Super strength with multiple powers, and you cannot revive the dead. I don't know if I can do that. I have not tried it on humans, and hopefully I will not. Evelyn, I want to ask you something. It's a bit personal, so if you don't... Shoot. It's not about you, it's about Kaisa. She said her quirk giving her trouble, so what's up with that? I want to ask her, but she's a bit uncomfortable talking about it. She sighed. Her quirk is affecting her health. Akeli chimed in, seemingly appearing out of nowhere, giving Izuku a kiss on his cheek. Ever since her quirk manifests late, it always causes her some slight discomfort. Sometimes it hurts. There is some medication, but they can only reduce the pain, not fully heal her. Wait, Izuku stopped them. You mean she's a late bloomer? Just like me? The two are shocked. You as well? He nodded. My quirk activated when I was 14. I did tell you how my quirk aged me a bit. A bit, like 6 years. Anyway, I can put this as something we have in common. Then he went deep in thought. Oh, I know that look, Akeli commented. You're planning to do something about it. Maybe, maybe not. You have to wait and see. Time passed, again, and it's time for Christmas. Everyone was excited, but Akeli was nervous. She's going to meet Izuku's mom. Luckily, we know how Inko is, so that went smoothly. She even commented that they are almost opposite. Izuku is calm and collected, and Akeli is a bit brash and hyperactive. Izuku chuckled. Well, mom, you know what they say, opposites attract each other. So they exchanged gifts, but Izuku lied to Kaisa. He told her that his gift is a bit late, but he will give it to her early tomorrow. She understood, things happened, but he did give her a special drink. It was red in color, almost crimson. It had a sweet taste to it, but she cannot put a finger on it. Izuku just smiled. Fast forward to the next day, the two met. So, did you enjoy your gift? My gift? I don't have it. Oh, so you haven't noticed yet? Noticed what? Your quirk. Is it causing you any discomfort? She thinks for a second, then her eyes widen. She tested her quirk. A purple armor surrounded her, but then she quickly dispelled it. No, I'm fine, but how? She looked at Izuku and he smiled. Merry Christmas. She cried and hugged him. The girls celebrate, leaving only Izuku and Evelyn, so this makes 3 out of 5. Izuku is an eyebrow. You saved Akeli, you technically helped me with my parents, and now you healed Kaisa. If I don't know any better, I would say that you're a player. She jokes a bit because that's his quirk. Ha ha, very funny. I'm loyal to Akeli and I'll not go behind her back. No, I'm just checking. Then she left. The Midoriya family went back home, and soon Izuku got a call from Nizu, telling him the UA entrance exam is near. So at the day of the exam, Izuku show up. The teachers already have been informed about Izuku. They were a bit apprehensive about someone this young teaching the kids, but they trust Nizu and Aizawa. So the event went just like canon, except when a 0-point robot was going to crush Oraka, Nizu stopped him. But Aizawa saw that Izuku is looking at one screen specifically, Bakugo's screen. Anything to share about him? Katsuki Bakugo, quirk explosion. The more sweat he used, the powerful explosion become. He have the potential. But Izuku sighed and explained his history with Bakugo. The heroes were appalled and Aizawa was angry. Why we were not told about this? Because that middle school play favorites. Bakugo is the strongest kid that school have for a few years. They will not sully his reputation with some petty bullying. And Bakugo is smart. He threatens people with power that he only have. On top of that, I think he have both superiority and inferiority complex. And I'm telling you this right now, so you will judge what you should do about him. But whatever you choose is your choice. I put the chapter of my life in the past. But if he starts getting cocky again, just because of his quirk, I will give him a rude awakening, and a painful one. Nizu thinks about it, and decide to let him stay anyway. But with a lot of restraint. He will be watched, and he will go every week to a therapist. He's still young, so he can be redeemed. And if not, Izuku asked, we will cross the bridge when we do. Izuku understand. The exam was done. The simple that passed in canon passed as well. Izuku did not do that much of a difference, but someone did catch his eye. Sorry, both him and Aizawa. Shinso. His quirk is strong, but his body is weak. There is potential there, so they will think of something. So everyone left, and after a week, Aizawa entered class 1 in his caterpillar form, and he informed them about his test. And he pushed them hard. But unbeknownst to the student, Izuku is right beside him. But he's invisible. He wants to see how strong their bodies are, and how he can improve them. Your quirk will take you only so far. So at the end of the day, Aizawa was going to expel them. I'm pretty sure Invisible Girl was in last place, but Izuku was able to persuade Aizawa to do otherwise. Sure, she's not physically strong, but her quirk is perfect for stealth missions. And for stealth, you don't need force, you need finesse. Aizawa understand, so he lied just like canon. But the next day, where things will become interesting. All Might entered the door, and everyone was hype. Then Izuku walked in, and Bakugo froze, because he's seen an older version of Izuku, maybe his cousin or something, but he was double shocked when Izuku introduced himself and his ultimate assistant, at least in UA. Any questions? They raised their hand. Why are you an assistant? Are you a hero? No, not yet. I had some problems with my quirk, but luckily Principal Nizu gave me an offer. And for being an assistant, All Might, even though he's #1 hero, it's the first time he teaches someone, not alone the whole class. Why, I'm not an expert, I have some unique skills and information that is helpful. And I think that's it for the questions. Everyone please wear your hero costume and follow us to the fake city. And instantly both him and All Might disappear. The class quickly followed them, leaving a bewildered Bakugo. Izuku just disappeared after that day, and now he's all grown up with a quirk, and his All Might assistant, he needs some answers, right now. So with Izuku missing, they had an odd number, so someone have to play twice. You guys choose whoever you want, I don't care. In the end, the results are still the same, but Izuku was taking notes, how their quirks work, and how he can do to improve them. He even noticed Todoroki only using half of his power. He need to have a conversation with him, or at very least figure out why. On a side note, Izuku did get some messages from Akali during their fight, and he cannot help but smile, All Might seeing this grin. So, your girlfriend? I have never been into a relationship before, but I know that look. Yeah, I saved her a while back, and after meeting again, we decided to try and work things out, and so far so good. All Might nod, and they went on as normal. But at the end of the day, Bakugo cornered Izuku, and he wanted answers, and he even called him Deku. Izuku is having none of it, quickly using his power to force him to his knees, then he kicked him in his stomach, forcing him on his back. And he made things perfectly clear, that one, he doesn't need to explain himself. Their classmate, heck, he was his bully, so he doesn't deserve anything from him. Second, that UA know everything about his past. I had odd reason to stop him from going to UA. I just had to say the word. Aizawa was on it too. Don't think this is sort of pity or some twisted way of getting revenge by using my position as your superior. No, Nizu just wanted you to have a second chance. Anyway, I don't care. I put my past behind me, but I will not let what happened in middle school happen here. As you witnessed, everyone is stronger than middle school, and no longer life will be an easy mode for you. Now you have to work hard for anything, and if you think you can use power to get it, let's just say things will become interesting for me, and you will get the boot. And you will be lucky for only being expelled and blacklisted from UA. So my word of advice for you is to grow up. Remember why you want to become a hero. You always said that you will become famous and have more money than All Might. But is this the real reason you want to become a hero? The first and real reason you want to become a hero. Then Izuku lifted his foot and dropped something in front of Bakugo. He looked at it and his eyes widened. I'm sure you remember this. This is the reason I always try to be your friend. I have never given up on you until that day you told me to jump off the roof. I had admired you for so long, but now my eyes are open and I can only see you're truly a spoiled brat. So heed my warning, Bakugo. Fix your behavior and reach your true potential, or I will put you down myself. And Bakugo starts shaking. Right now he's truly afraid, because he can no longer see Izuku, but his shadow form and his small army behind him. Then Izuku walk away, leaving an afraid and thoughtful Bakugo. And Aizawa is right behind the corner, smirking. So the next day is the USJ, and luckily yesterday's event was swept under the rug, but the teachers are in high alert. And this time, All Might is with the class. He still have one for all, so he have much more time than Canon. So they arrive, they met 13, they go inside, and the light will cut off. The heroes and Izuku tense. They smell an ambush, and after Kirishima pointed it out, they saw Kurogiri teleporting a huge army of villains. And seeing that All Might is here, they immediately bring out the numo. Aizawa and Izuku quickly jump to fight the other villains, but Izuku did left some of his shadows to protect the students. So if and when Kurogiri tried to teleport them, he couldn't. His shadows are really fast. Quickly going back to Shigaraki's side, well, Master, they told us about him, about his second project. So quickly Kurogiri, summon it. Then an ominous feeling stopped the heroes in their track. Even the villains froze. They see a humanoid buck with glowing red eyes, completely black with sharp claws that can tear flesh. Everyone thinks that is another numo, and All Might know he cannot fight the two. He barely is holding up against one of them, but he stopped when he saw Izuku start walking toward him, after leaving a few shadows to help Aizawa. Him and the creature stare at each other, then the creature punched him in his face, with so much force that created a shockwave. Izuku's face was turned back, but he stared at the creature and spit some blood. my turn. And they start fighting. They're so much faster than everyone else except for All Might. They can only see blurs. But it soon ended when All Might punched the numo out of USJ and Izuku stabbing Beru with his daggers, and for good measures, crushing his face with a super punch. That made even All Might think that he would not escape that one without getting serious damage. So without hesitation, and seeing the failure, Kurigi teleports Shigaraki away, leaving the villains to their fate. So when the rest of the teachers arrive, the villains were already captured with the help of Izuku's shadows. The teachers and the students, except for Aizawa and All Might and Nizu, were speechless. The power that Izuku showed is nothing to sneeze at. Even his shadows are strong, not as much as him but still. And for Shigaraki and the villains, he's throwing a tantrum about how Izuku is so much stronger than they thought. Even All Might was stronger. Orphan asked him to explain with details. Orphan just smiled. It's okay, Shigaraki, relax and think of your next move. Then he cut the call and he started thinking of Izuku. With this little test, he have a good reading on Izuku's strength. While the bug was not as strong or durable as the numo, mostly because of his quirk, the bug was faster and it have only super strength. Orphan starts laughing and he cannot wait to meet Izuku. He's currently sitting in front of the corpse of the bug, thinking of his next move. The numo doesn't talk, the leader escaped, and the bug is dead. It did talk for a bit, so it might have some information. All Might, Nizu and Aizawa joined him, and Izuku speak his mind. That's true, but there is nothing we can do. Actually, Izuku interject. I can. I never really used it on something human or close to it before, but there's a first time for everything. He extended his hand and the shadows swarmed the bug, quickly reviving it, shocking the heroes. Izuku somewhat explained about his shadows, but this is new. The bug quickly kneeled down. Do you have a name? It shook his head. I will name you Beru for now. Do you accept? Beru excitedly nodded his head. Do you know who made you? It's foggy. I remember a doctor with large glasses, a man wearing some hands all over his face and body, and a big human, just as big as him, and he pointed at All Might. All Might got alarmed. Can you describe him for me? Tall and big just as you, maybe a little bit more. He wears a suit and a breathing mask, and he doesn't have eyes. He was injured. All Might's eyes widened, then Izuku asked, does he have a name? Maybe. The doctor called him All for One. And I'm going to stop it right here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you are new, and see you guys soon. Peace.